So you like history and want to be a historian. Great, history is awesome. But how are you going to go about that? What exactly is going to make you a good historian? The short answer is historiography. Understanding historiography will make you a good historian. But what is historiography? Well, it's taking history and looking at it in different perspectives. Don't know what I mean by that? That's fine. The step-by-step guide is here to help you. Presenting the Historiographer's Guide to Being a Historian, the King Henry VIII edition. Let's begin. Step 1. Identify your topic. This is the easy part. Choose a topic that interests you or one that you think is important. For this example, we will use King Henry VIII of England. Step 2. Choose your point. So we have Henry VIII, Tudor King of England, husband to 6 different women, and starter of the English Reformation. Where do you start? Instead of looking at Henry's life as a single event, narrow your research to a specific time. Look at a personality trait, a hobby, a situation, a relationship, etc. Pick something specific and start there. For this, let's use his divorce from wife number 1, Catherine of Aragon. Step 3. Pick a lens. This is where history can get a little tricky. Every piece of information you look at will have a different tone, a different perspective, a different lens. This is due to the differences in the people who witnessed it, recorded it, and analyzed it. For our example with Henry, there are a variety of perspectives we can take. First, let's look at Catherine's. Catherine and Henry had lived a happy life until Henry's attention was drawn towards Anne Boleyn after Catherine had failed to produce a male heir to the throne. When Henry called for a divorce, Catherine did not go down without a fight. Texts written by Catherine tell of her love for Henry as well as his cruelty towards her. These texts also show her political intelligence. Upon learning of Henry's divorce plan, Catherine immediately dispatched messengers to Spain to inform her nephew, the Emperor, of his plans. This thus broke all Spanish and English alliances. History of the divorce typically would like us to think of Catherine as a woman who simply gave in to her male counterpart, but her perspective tells a completely different story. Next, we'll look at the perspective of Gregorio Cassili, Henry's resident diplomat in Rome. Cassili was sent to Rome by Cardinal Wolsey and was instructed to meet with the Pope to discuss Henry's divorce. The Pope was not allowing Henry to divorce Catherine due to Catholic doctrine, and Cardinal Wolsey had hoped to pressure the Pope with Cassili's presence. When Cassili reached Rome, the Spanish had captured the Pope and was holding him captive. Texts from Cassili tell of his frustration as the Pope repeatedly refused to see him. The Pope simply had more important things to worry about than Henry's divorce. The process of being seen by the Pope took months, and when it finally occurred, the results were not as Cassili had hoped. Cassili documents his next actions in refusing to put pressure on England's French alliances to come to the rescue of the Pope. Cassili would not help the Pope until the Pope helped him in furthering Henry's divorce case. Cassili's story gives an in-depth account from inside the Vatican and away from the court of Henry. Cassili's perspective shows a system of schemes and political bribes taking place behind closed doors. The 2 different perspectives given in this example were used to show how different 2 tales about the same story can be. Perspective is key in understanding an event and doing historiography. Step 4. Tying it all together. So you have your topic, your research, and your perspectives. Now it's time to bring it all together. Look at your research. Why are there so many perspectives? Why did the authors look at the event in the way that they did? What do these differences mean, and would they mean something else if in a different time frame? Look at your information and see if there are any similarities or differences between perspectives. Congratulations! You are now doing historiography. You have looked at history through different perspectives and not just as one single event. So there you have it, your complete guide to being a historian. You now have all the tools and understanding required in achieving your history goals.